understand how they work, trying to give them feedback that they can be more successful. And then eventually we launched the first product, which is the Startup Genome Compass. It's the first artificial mentor in the cloud for now more than 17,000 companies globally that helps you in allocating your resources, aligning the team, and getting more insights into the market and into your own processes. And it works very similar to, say, you sitting down with an advisor for an hour for coffee or for lunch. You essentially answer lots of different questions, and then you get an output that gives you advice and helps you in how to better lead your business. Now, what did we learn? There's the one first key learning that we had is that, again, most startups fail because of an incredible uncertainty. Now, this uncertainty, means that you don't know who is your team, you don't know who you're going to hire, you don't know whether the co-founders will stay together, you don't know what the product exactly is going to be, how much you're going to ask for it, who's going to be the exact customer, how you're going to sell it to this customer. And there's a million of different questions that you just don't know. And your task as an entrepreneur is to find those things out. And there's a lot of people who don't acknowledge this uncertainty, and they think they know. And what they do is they execute instead of searching. And that leads to premature scaling. Premature scaling, we found, is the major reason for failure of startups. And really, what premature scaling is about is that someone is executing instead of searching. Or in other words, say you have no market validation yet, you don't know whether your product will work, but you start to hire 10, 15, 30 people, you start to raise lots of money, or something else on the operational side, because you think that you have certainty, although you don't. As a result, your risk of failure increases dramatically. Another, so the most common reason, of course, for premature scaling, or example, is over-engineering the product. So there's lots of people, and probably there's some people in the audience that spend 2 years working on a product, thinking they know exactly how this product is going to work, and it's going to be a masterpiece. And then after 2 years, they launch it and no one wants it, and they've just wasted 2 years of their life. Now, the solution we found to this is learning. And that's, of course, very abstract, but it just means that really it's all about just trying to learn as fast as possible from your customers about how this product is going to work, from your from various different stakeholders, from your team, how you're going to evolve the company, etc. And the way how you do this is by iterating very quickly, meaning you don't work for 2 years on a product, but you work for 1 month on a product and you launch it. Or maybe you don't even launch a product, maybe you just do a survey and you go to your customers and you ask them what they like, and maybe then you just present them a mock-up of what they will get and not the full product. So you try to minimize the amount of work that you need to do in order to get feedback from your customers. And the faster you do this, the faster you learn, the more likely you're to succeed. Now, we have sort of tackled this from more from an academic perspective. There's a lot of also sort of work by Steve Blank and Eric Ries and Ash Murray and a few other people who have written about it in more from a sort of high-level point of view, like the principle of customer development or the lean startup, and always trying to learn and iterate quickly. We thought, everyone talks about it, how you should do it, but no one really understands how to assess it. So that's what we did. We essentially created a model that, based on your data input, can start understanding whether you are prematurely scaling or not. So, and the way of how this works is that we look at your degree of market validation. This is sort of the top stages that you see here might be a little bit small for you, but on the top you see sort of these 6 stages that describe the startup life cycle, starting off with discovery, validation, efficiency, scale, sustaining conservation. What we do is we assess where are you within this life cycle, and that's based on your conversion funnels, on how many paying users you have, on your growth rates, etc. And what we then do is we compare this degree of market validation that you have with your actual operational activities. So what do you do on the customer acquisition side? How is your product development going? How is your team going? Did you start hiring lots of people? Did you start adding a lot of organizational elements like, having sort of a middle management or something, even though you're 3 people? Did you start raising much more money than you need and create commitment to investors that you can't fulfill? Or did you decide on a business model way too early, even though you haven't fully validated it yet? And what we see is that companies, for example, like Color, that some of you might know, raised $40 million, hired more than 30 people, and did a big launch at the royal wedding in London with TV campaigns and so on, for a photo sharing app that they haven't validated, they haven't gotten the product to a point where people actually were interested in using this product, but they just thought they were so certain that people want this that they just blasted it out and they just hired lots of people and they just executed. The result was a huge failure. So at this wedding, about 500 pictures were taken in total, even though they were advertised everywhere. And everyone of you who is a photographer knows that you might take 500 pictures yourself at a good moment. And so this was sort of an epic example of premature scaling, where essentially the company, Color, was extremely certain and executed before validating, and therefore, unfortunately, failed with this product. Of course, they had lots of money left, so they're trying other angles and other different products, but so far they haven't succeeded, unfortunately. Now, let me go back quickly into the chat. Let's see if there's any questions so far. Otherwise, I'm going to jump into just the learnings that we have in terms of how premature scaling companies are different than companies that scale properly. Are there any questions, Karina?